this video, I'm going to share with you 3 easy ways to save money in your flight training. Hey, MzeroANation, Jason Shepard here, flying along in 2-3 Mike Zulu, and just wanted to share with you, really working off of the video we shared 2 weeks ago on how to become a pilot. Can we talk about the financial aspect of it? Because learning to fly is expensive. And one of the best things you can do, and I shared this in that video, number 1 of the 3 tips today is learn everything you can on the ground. The airplane, as beautiful as this airplane is, the airplane is a terrible classroom. It is fast moving. ATC is talking to me all the time. The weather is doing this. This is happening. My instructors say all these different things are happening. Learn everything you can on the ground and then come up to the airplane to actually demonstrate it. Meaning, I learn my steep turns on the ground, I learn my aerodynamics on the ground, I demonstrate all that in the air when I actually fly. That's how I want to work through things. Learn everything I can on the ground. Here's the second thing to pay attention to. Could you do it in a more affordable airplane? Let me tell you something, there's some amazing training aircraft out there, but they come in a wide array of prices. Learning in, we'll call it a more humble aircraft, right? You get the same certificate. You're going to have Orville and Wilbur printed on your certificate, whether you learn to fly in that humble little airplane or you learn to fly in that fancy airplane, whatever that may be. You and I earn the same pilot certificate, airplane single engine land, because they're both, whether they're fancy or humble, that single engine land airplane. The last thing is this, the third tip is this. It's actually all about your frequency of lessons. Now, I know when money's tight, it's tough sometimes to say, Jason, I can only afford to fly once a month. Let me tell you something. If you're in a season right now, and it's just a season, right? Winter doesn't last forever. If you're in a season where you can only afford to fly or do a flight lesson, let's say, once a month, I want you just to hold off and save a little bit longer rather than doing that. What I want you to do is I want you to be in a financial season where you can afford to fly at least twice a week. Yes, it's more money out of your pocket initially, but I promise you, because of recency and some spaced repetition, some science of learning there, that you'll actually complete your private pilot certificate much sooner by flying at least twice a week. If you're going to try to do your pilot certificate flying just once a month, you're going to stretch that thing out for years, and you're going to find yourself like Groundhog Day doing the same lesson over and over. I want you flying at least twice a week. In a perfect world, you do like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now, when I say twice a week, I'd also prefer it's not like Saturday, Sunday. Again, in a perfect world, it'd be like a Thursday and a Monday. Have a few days in between to space out your lesson. Cramming, there's a lot of science that says cramming doesn't work over the long term. So just think about that as well. So how can we save money in our flight training? Do everything you can on the ground. The airplane is a terrible classroom. Now, I want you to choose an amazing online ground school. I have a bias because I love the MzeroA online ground school. In fact, I challenge you. Could you take the 2-week challenge and try the MzeroA online ground school, MzeroAtrial.com. But don't take my word for it. I have a bias. Try all the other online ground schools out there. And if you don't believe MzeroA is the best after 2 weeks, right, there's no harm, no foul. You keep watching these great free videos. That's fine. But if you think these free videos are good, imagine how good the paid content is inside our own proprietary learning management system, all made just for you all. So check that out, MzeroAtrial.com to check that out. But you need to get in there with the ground school. 2 was to fly the humble airplane. Shop around. A flight school alive is worth the drive. Don't just march in any old flight school. Most airports have multiple flight schools. Check them all out. Right? And the 3 is make sure you can have the frequency of flights in there as well. MzeroANation, those are 3 great ways to save some money in your flight training. I'm sure there's a ton more. Leave me some comments down below this video. Do check out MzeroAtrial.com, and don't forget about that private pilot blueprint as well. Have a blessed, amazing, outstanding rest of your day, and most importantly, remember, a good pilot is always learning. I'll see you all inside the ground school.